Hi, this is Sharon from Sharon's Scrappy Space. Look at this cute little card. I made Thomas the Train into a little card for a birthday. You could give this as a Christmas card or Halloween card, Valentine's Day card. The possibilities are endless on this card. What I'm going to do is I'm going to start doing the background. It's really faint, but there is clouds in the background. I wanted to show you how I did that. Now you could start with a darker base than what I have, but I'm just going to go ahead and start with this. I've got 3 scallops that are glued together, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to kind of just use a sponge dauber, and I'm going to do this one probably not so dark or light as I did the other one, just so it'll kind of add a little bit more contrast to the card. So first I'm going to start with a piece of green paper. I'm just going to use some glue. I'm just going to start with these 2 pieces here. This is just part of a word window, and I just cut it about halfway in order to get the width of my pieces, and then I inked one of the edges in basic gray. So it doesn't really matter how long these are because we're going to cover it up anyway. So the outside here is going to be this is going to be the inked edge, and this is going to be the edge that doesn't have any ink on it. My next piece, I've already stamped this with wood grain stamp, and this is just going to be one of the wood trestles. I guess that's what you call them. Got some other slivers of word windows. So basically I'm just going to put some glue on one side, and this again is just giving it some contrast. Got a piece of real red here and a piece of whisper white, and I'm just going to run a little glue along one side of it to stick this on, and I've inked the edges here of the whisper white, and it's just to kind of give it a little bit of a less harsh look, because I want my train to have some dimension. I don't want it to just lay flat on my card. Next, what I have, and I haven't inked this yet, I'm going to go ahead and just ink it around the edges to kind of give it a little bit of a 3-dimensional look. I'm using Whisper White craft ink. Next, I'm just going to take a regular size, this office hole punch. You can find these in the office supply stores. Okay. Next, I've got a couple pieces here, these 1/2 inch, and I'm just going to draw a little highlight with my gel pen on both of them. Next, I'm going to start working on this area here. Now, I've already cut a piece here, and I've inked one side really heavily, and then the other sides I inked. And then I just gave it a highlight with the Whisper White ink with a sponge dauber. And basically what I'm going to do is just going to come in here, and I want to keep my length, but I just want to round it off. Go ahead and put a little ink on the edges here. And I'm going to also pop this up on dimensionals. Just going to center it here. Like so. Next, I've got a piece of basic black. There we go. And next, what we'll do, I've got a couple pieces here that is this piece here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use a little bit of my Dotto adhesive. Put a line across here because I just want to hold these in place. I'm just going to put these together like so, because I want them to be cut exactly the same. Do a little trim on the tip here. Not a lot, just a little bit. And I'm going to go ahead and ink it with some of the basic gray. So we're going to pop this up on dimensionals. Now the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to make Thomas's face. And I'm going to use a little post-it note. I use a lot of post-it notes when I do punch art. Now I'm just going to use my sponge dauber. I'm going to start off the edge, and I want to just lighten this gray up a little bit because this is just too dark for his face, in my opinion. And I'm going to go ahead and go around the edges just to give it a little bit more definition with the basic gray. Next I'm going to take my decorative label punch and punch out a piece of Whisper White. Okay, so what we'll do here is we're just going to make sure it's got a little bit of curve here on both sides and punch. This kind of gives us a little bit of the look that we're going for. Next I'm going to take my 1/2 inch punch and I'm just going to trim this. And there we've got his little smile. I'm going to just ink the edges with basic gray. Okay, so next we're going to start working on his eyes. And this again is the office hole punch and then the 1/2 inch punch. I'm going to put his eyes on. Next I've got a little itty bitty punch. And this is going to be for his nose. We'll use the itty bitty punch and I'm going to come back in and just make it a little bit more of an oval. Bottom side I want to put a little bit of this basic gray. And then on the top I want to put kind of heavy with the Whisper White. And I'm just going to pull off a little piece here of the corner of my dimensionals and stick it on the back. Maybe. I'll go ahead and glue his mouth on. A 3/4 inch. And we'll just cut a little piece out of the side there. And just a little sliver. And I'll cut it in half and we'll glue it on. And that'll be his dimples. Next I'm going to use my sponge dauber, and I just want to just add a little highlights here and there on his face. Just to cover up these harsh lines of his dimples for one thing. Okay, so I'm just going to use my decorative label punch again. Okay, so I punched the decorative label out. Usually punch out a few to get the desired one. And I think those look pretty good there. I've got a piece here. I'm going to use my 2.5 inch circle and just slide this in. And we'll just punch there. That looks pretty good. I've got a modern label punch. I'm just going to cut it in half here. Come up here in the middle. Then we're going to pop his face up on dimensionals as well. There we go. Okay. Next, what we're going to do is, let me find the 2 pieces that I want. We'll have these loop over the top here a little bit. Because he's got some kind of piece on there like that. I'm not sure what it is, but he has it. So I'm going to stick it on here. And I'll just line those up so I know where to cut this one. Take my Whisper White again and just add some highlights to one side. And that would be the outer side here. I'm just going to make it look like these are kind of wrapping around whatever this gray piece is. I don't know train mechanics very well, so and then it's got these 3 little things that stick up. So I'm going to put those on there too. Alright. The last thing we're going to do is put our sentiment on. Now I've already stamped it with Happy Birthday from the Teeny Tiny Wishes. That's a great stamp set because it's got so many different sentiments that would all fit on the word window, which would fit on the modern label. One thing I want to do is just put a little glimmer of white here in this top portion of his eye. So we got our cute Thomas the Train cards done. I absolutely love them, and I hope you do too. Check out my website at SharonScrappySpace.com for a complete PDF tutorial on this project and on several more that I have to offer. Check out my website for my new line of punch storage units that I have for sale. I have 3 different models that I've designed and now offer on my website. And I hope you love those as much as I do too, because punch storage has always been an issue for me. So I'll show a couple pictures at the end of this video so that you can see them. And I'll have links down below the video to go and check those out as well. So thank you and have a great day.